You don't have to look long to find out Tesla have been talking about making an affordable electric car ever since they existed. In fact, the Model 3 was touted as the affordable electric car, but other people have been touting rumours, suggestions all around that Tesla could make a 20k car. And this video is going to be looking whether that is true or whether the information is a bit misleading and what the likelihood of this car ever existing is, or if it's just pure vaporware. Now, before we talk about the rumours, let's look at what Tesla have announced in the past in car spec and the timescales around that. So at the Tesla Semi event, Tesla launched the Semi, the truck, and then the truck came out quite a number of years later. The Cybertruck again was also delayed, but another vehicle that's been announced and predates all these cars was the Tesla Roadster, announced in 2017 by Elon Musk. We still haven't seen a production car. Now that's 7 years ago at the time of filming this video, and we haven't seen any renders or any pre-production model versions of a cheap 20k Tesla. So to say that it's probably 5 to 7 years from ever being built would be a fair comment. But why make a 20k car when you can make a 100k car? That's what the Roadster is. Now, some of the Tesla fanboys will argue you can sell a lot of 20k cars, which you can, but you don't have to sell very many Roadsters, and the Roadster is a lot easier to make. It's a small production car. It doesn't require as much factory floor space. They'll sell pretty much to order, to instantly, because of making small numbers, small batch numbers, and you don't have to sell very many of them to make the profit margins you would in a 20k car. You have to sell a lot of 20k cars to make the same profit margin as a 100k car. Selling a 20k Tesla could actually damage the brand. Tesla has been seen as basically a halo car, almost like, not a Ferrari, but that kind of class, that kind of posh car that someone who's successful tends to drive. The problem was when they brought the Model 3 out, a lot of S and X snobbery really didn't like the fact that Tesla was selling a cheaper, more affordable car. Now, anyone who thinks that a 50 grand car is affordable, fair enough on them. They can afford any car they want if they think 50k is cheap. But the point is, if they sell a 20k car, it will cheapen the brand again. And whether Tesla want to be seen as selling a brand that's selling cheap cars or a brand that can sell expensive cars, it's very hard for a brand to sell a 20k car and then a 100k car at the same time, because people like to have a little bit of brand identification, a little bit of poshness about them if they are driving a 100 grand car. So let's actually look what Elon actually said. Now, Elon always talks in riddles, so we need to dissect exactly what he said, because it always has a little hidden meaning or a little hidden caveat when Elon says it. He's quite finessed at sort of tricking ideas and making people believe in hype that's not ready. Full self-driving may be the biggest one that he's ever done, but if you actually look, he announced on Battery Day in 2020 that he plans to make a $25,000 car, so a 20k English Great British pound car. And that could be possible in 3 years. Now, of course, that's past. We're way past that 3-year date. And people have said that the reason he scrapped that 25k car is because of competition from China, and also, the brand of Tesla being squeezed by all the extra manufacturers, especially in China, now making cars and competing. However, Elon hinted again at a 20k Model Y very recently and said he would, if they made a 20k Model Y, it would sell in the millions. Now, Elon saying he'd like a 20k Model Y is very different to him actually making one. So the fact that it could be 10, 15, 20 years from it ever hitting that price point, and whether Tesla actually include it as a lease deal or they have that famous word, including fuel savings next to it. Now, I know likely the Tesla fanboys are going to hate this video, but I am going to say right now that I think it's highly unlikely that Tesla will ever make a car under $35,000 or £35,000. I just think it's highly unlikely that we'll ever see that, because I think Tesla need to go the other way with the brand. I think they actually need to strengthen the Model S, Model X, and the Roadster side of the business, and the Model 3, because they're losing that competition ground very quickly, and cheaper cars have a lot more competition. There's a lot more brands competing into that. What I'd prefer to see is Tesla license batteries, license powertrains to other manufacturers. Could we see the return of the Ford Fiesta with a Tesla powertrain in? That's what I'd like to see. Now, talking about the Ford Fiesta, that recently got cancelled by Ford. See this video to find out why. And if you want to find out why I think Tesla fanboys are ruining the network, see this video here.